Well, hello, Finovate. We are going to end the session well. We're going to blow your mind with how simple we've made commercial lending. So I'm James, and this is Corey, and we're the co-founders of BBC Easy. And we believe that borrowers and lenders should be able to work effortlessly together without the need for tedious, manual, paper-based processes. So if you go and you ask a small business owner what they hate about working with their lender, you usually get the same set of answers. It's really time-consuming, the process is archaic, and I really hate the paperwork. And those answers are focused around two areas. When I try and go get a loan for loan qualification, and then when I try to have that loan monitored. And what's funny is if you ask a lender the same question, you get the same set of answers. Process is really archaic, there's a ton of paperwork, and I really hate nagging my borrowers for giving me that information. Now, so for the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how our clients are experiencing the future of commercial lending. We've transformed it by creating technology that goes straight into borrower accounting systems, pulls the exact set of information needed to pre-qualify loans, and then monitor those loans.
Thanks, James. As James mentioned, my name's Corey, and I'm a recovering banker. And today, I'm going to pull out my tie and step into the role as a banker at Constant Bank, and I'm going to show you how BBC Easy has changed my life.
That sounds good. So being a small business is hard, right? Managing cash flow is hard, so I'm going to go to my lender and ask for a line of credit. But I can tell you I'm already scared. I don't want to deal with the paperwork. I don't want to deal with the process. But luckily I ran into Corey at Constant Bank, and he uses BBC Easy.
Perfect. So I log into my account at BBC Easy, and I see that Rockcastle Construction has submitted an application. In the old days, they would have come into the branch, they would have dropped off a ton of paperwork, and we would have typed in all that information into our computers at the bank, and then a week, maybe a month later, we could get back to James with an answer on his company. Today, he went to the website, he clicked a button, and in seconds, I have detailed information into the financial situation of his business. The first thing I always look at are the risk indicators. This is showing me flags that we're finding in the financial information that might change the way we look at his application. So I'm looking at the cash transactions, I'm looking at expenses, I'm looking at all the detailed information. I can also go down to the accounts receivable trending area. Here I'm getting a 4-month instant glance into how accounts receivable is performing at Rockcastle Construction. Here I see it's trending out a little bit, so it's a slight bit of concern, but as you see from the risk indicators above, it's not exactly a concern yet, so we'll put that as a passing grade. Lastly, I'm going to look at the concentrations for this business. I want to see across his accounts receivable if any one business is taking up too much of that pie chart, so there's a concentration issue within this account. As you can see, the pie chart's pretty well filled out, so once again, not an issue. So in a matter of minutes, I can pre-qualify James for exactly the product that will serve his company best. In this case, a monitored line of credit with an 80% advance rate on accounts receivable and some standard ratios that I think would really help his business. Speaking of the ratios, right up above the concentration graph, you'll see that we have run ratios across his business. Now, back in the old days, like I was saying, after the information comes into the bank and the bank puts it into their systems, this would take my analysts weeks, even a month to get back to me. Now I've got it instantly, I can see the trends are good, and I'm ready to pre-qualify him for a line of credit. Great part is it saved me a ton of time, my boss loves it, and my golf handicap's down 5 strokes.
Well, that's amazing. What's even more amazing about this is that nobody entered a single number into the system. BBC Easy went directly to that borrower's accounting system, got the information, and displayed it in a way that is super consumable by lenders and by credit. So you've just seen a loan qualification happen quite quickly. What happens after the loan is made?
Oh, you're going to love this. So first of all, pull up the existing tech in this space. Yes, everybody, that is a spreadsheet. And what it is it's a spreadsheet that the bank hands the business at the time that they approve a monitored line of credit form. As you can see, there's a ton of cells. Each one of them require multiple reports and multiple calculations performed by the business. Businesses are spending hours working on these spreadsheets. Likewise, when the spreadsheet comes into the bank then has to double check all these numbers and is also spending hours working with these spreadsheets.
So I'm going to show you what it looks like from a borrower's perspective to use BBC Easy. Simply go to the website, I log in, I'm instantly presented with a view of my business as the lender sees it. And this is something I've never had before. I can see what's trending in the lender's eyes and what things are good and what things are bad. What's really impressive is my lenders asked for a borrowing base certificate. So I can simply come here, hit the new borrowing base button, verify that the reporting date is correct, hit import, and right now, BBC Easy is diving straight into my accounting system. In this case, it's QuickBooks, but we link to the top 10 accounting systems in the US, not the top 1 or the top 2, the top 10. This gives us a broad footprint across the businesses in the US. Now, BBC Easy is linking straight in, grabbing the QuickBooks reports that you can see here. It's going to upload them to the service, start processing them, and do a full set of calculations. Once that's done, you'll see a fully completed borrowing base certificate in the same form that you've seen it historically with that spreadsheet that Corey showed you, but it's all been fully electronically done in just a few seconds. So here you can see the entire accounts receivable has been categorized. All the ineligibles have been calculated. And one of my favorites, Contra, it's a massively complicated thing to do with receivables and payables and vendors, and it's really hard to do, but BBC Easy did it in just a few seconds. You can also see that they can scroll down and get the exact amount of information on their credit line and decide that they want to, let's say, borrow $35,000 because they have a $46,000 availability. Now, this is way better than the marathon of calculations that have had to happen in the past.
Not only is it easier for you, it is easier for me as the bank. I don't have to double check the numbers. I get the same view that the business gets. It's made my life 100% easier. As you can see here, I can accept his request, I can decline his request, I can view the calculations, view the invoices. This is an in-depth analysis like never been seen before.
It's quite amazing. So I want to have you leave here with 3 things. BBC Easy automates information gathering by going into the accounting system, and it does this for loan qualification, loan monitoring, and business intelligence. So if you want to reduce risk, increase efficiency, and differentiate your service, give us a call. Thanks a lot.